Hey, fellow gamers. Just wanted to give a quick update, or it's a bit overdue, but I completed my second achievement set for RoadBlasters on NES, and I also received my developer promotion for Retro Achievements, so super stoked about that. Anyways, before I get too far ahead of myself, I figured I'd talk about the Retro Achievements for RoadBlasters that I completed. So I went with a similar kind of approach that I did for Ghostbusters. So I have some like standard playthrough achievements and some like item collection achievements and a couple of high score things like that. I think about the most challenging achievements I made were, let's see, complete the entire game from start to finish without using any continues. The next more difficult ones I created were to complete sections without crashing. So that's pretty fun. There are 7 sections, I think. Hang on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sections. Each section has at least 3 levels, or I should say the first section of the game. When you start the game, you can pick where you want to start, but some of the achievements, like for completing the entire game, you only get if you beat the whole thing. So Bubble City has 3 sections. Forest section has 7, and what was the third one? Desert region has 3 or 4? 4. And with the desert, or every other region after that has 4 sections, so 4 stages per section. You get an achievement for completing each section, each region, I should say. In the game, there are 4 power-up weapons you can get. The first one you can earn is the Uzi cannon, or the Uzi cannon. Pretty sure they pronounce it Uzi though, but Uzi cannon. The next item is somewhere here. Anyways, it's the nitro inject, just to go real fast. The next item you can get is the cruise missile, which destroys everything on the screen. You get 3 shots. With the Uzi, you get a whole bunch of bullets. The nitro, you get 3 uses, and with the 4th item you can get is the electro shield, which puts a shield around your car so you can't crash, and it lasts for a period of time. And that one also has 3 uses. So yeah, that set was published. You can see here this above. Oh, no, you can't see that. Interesting. There's an achievement called enter your initials. So when you boot up the game, the default high score is 90,000 points. So if you earn, I set it to, if you earn 100,000 points, when you're at the high score screen to enter your initials, you earn the achievement. And there's also an achievement for rolling the score. The score, as you can see, only goes up to 6 digits, so 999,999. If you earn 1 million points, it rolls over to 0, so there's a achievement for that. So yeah, that's that. It's published. I received my developer status after getting that one published, so very happy. I've already started working on my next achievement set for Cyborg Justice on the Sega Genesis / Master Drive. For those of you who've never seen this game, It's kind of like a beat 'em up side scroller, but the catch or the gimmick with this one is you play as a robot, you fight other robots, and you can customize your robot. You can customize the hand weapon, the body type, and the legs. There are 6 options for each. I think there might only be 5 for the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, there's 6. So 6 options for everything. I don't know why you would ever choose the normal. The normal has so each one has like an ability: flamethrower or the fire spray hand, laser hand. This one also seems pretty silly. The launch hand, you can actually shoot your hand as a projectile. If you're fortunate enough to go pick it up, then you can put it back on. Another kind of feature of this game is you can rip the arms off of your enemies and you can put it on your own body, or you can drop it on the ground or throw it. If you do 2-player, then you could rip the arm off someone, put it on the ground, and then your buddy could pick it up and then swap hands or whatever. So that's kind of fun. There's a saw blade hand where you can actually cut off the other guy's arm if you hit him enough. Crusher hand, which is pretty much like the saw blade. The bodies, I'll have to read the manual. I think there's some kind of perks to different bodies, but I don't quite recall. They don't seem to have any, like, they don't seem to affect the play experience, but maybe they're different in how they behave as far as damage or something. I'm not sure. And then there's a few different types of legs. There's jogging legs, which is the default. Spiked legs, you can see on the end of the kneecap here, there's some spikes. If you get real close, it causes a little extra damage. Somersault legs allow you to do a flip. Tank legs allow you to go into ram mode. Bigfoot legs prevent you from being picked up. One of the moves you can do is pick up and slam, or pick up and throw the robots. It can happen to you too. And then pneumatic legs, which I believe can give you like a high double jump. So yeah, that's the idea. So for this one, I've kind of laid out some plans for achievements. Of course, the standard playthrough, beat the levels. There are 5 levels and 3 stages per level, and then there's a final boss. There's also like an options menu where you can change the difficulty of the game. There's 5 levels of difficulty. Normal is in the middle, hard is level 4, brutal is level 5. I have a couple of achievements in mind for beating the game on any difficulty, hard mode and brutal mode. I haven't done anything for like how many lives you start with. There is an achievement for earning an extra life. You can do that by earning points. There's going to be an achievement for reaching a certain score. There's going to be an achievement for completing a stage with each of the types of configurations. So in theory, you could play through the game and earn all the hand. If you beat the game, you can get all the hand achievements by collecting them off your enemies. Supposedly you can change the body as well. I know you can rip off the body, the torso of the enemy robots, and I think you're supposed to be able to put it on yourself, which seems a little strange, but like, where's the brain go? Yeah, because the story of this game is you're some human going through space, you fly, your engine's cut out, and you get hit by asteroids, and then you land on this planet where they turn you into a robot using your brain. And then when they tried to erase your brain, there was a system error, and now you're like the ghost in the machine type thing. Not like the anime, but like the concept. I don't think you can change your legs out. So that one, you have to play the game, or play the game at least 6 times, or at least, beat 6 different levels with it. But I guess you have to play the game over and over that time to get all those achievements. As I kind of talked about ripping the torso off, there's going to be an achievement for tearing off your enemy's hand and attaching it. There's going to be an achievement for ripping off the torso. There's going to be an achievement for doing a body slam. And it's also possible to rebuild a robot once you've destroyed them. I might make an achievement for that. If you rebuild the enemy, then he gets a little bit of life back and you have to fight him again. But I think you can only build him up to the point of having the legs and the torso. I don't know if there's a way you can put the hand back on him. If you lift the hand on the ground, they could go pick it up themselves and put it on. So maybe I'll make an achievement for that. Reassemble an enemy robot. But that's what I'm looking at right now. Yeah, just wanted to give an update. Sorry it's a little overdue. I don't think there's a lot of value in like showing the process from start to finish. It's going to be pretty boring. Me just sitting here looking through the RAM, trying to like find everything. Like, yeah, you basically build this list of all your findings, and that way you can reference it later. I guess generally I'll quickly talk about how I approach the game. So far the only 3 games I've delved into are ones that I'm familiar with. So I already kind of had a general idea on what I'd like to work on achievement wise. But I start by diving into the RAM and finding what the different addresses do and what the values do as far as affecting the game. After I do that, I kind of lay out some ideas for what kind of achievements to earn. So far I always include, and it seems pretty typical, to include like standard playthrough stuff, so you earn achievements for progressing through the game. I come up with, I like the item achievement or item collection achievements, so I usually, or I keep saying usually, this is my 3rd time. I like to put those achievements in, and a few kind of stretch achievements, like more difficult ones, like beat the game without dying or without using continue, stuff like that. And that's kind of my thought process, how I approach them. But maybe after I finish Cyborg Justice, I'll do another update to show everything I came up with for this one. I also, after I did all the RAM diving, I'll probably do some more as needed. But I have a pretty good slate here to work with, at least to get the achievements started. After I did that, I went ahead and started creating the badges, which are like the little graphical icons for the achievements as you earn them. Those are pretty fun to do. I'm not an artist, so it'd be very difficult for me to draw something on my own, but most of the time, or frequently, the achievement developers will use in-game art for the achievements for the badges. So that's pretty much what I did for the first 2 games, and already built all of the badges for the achievements I have in mind at this point. And maybe next time I will show you. I guess I can go back and show you the badges I came up with for RoadBlasters. So let me start with Bubble City. So if you look up here in the corner, you can see the badge. They're a little small. They're only 48 by 48 pixels. That's like the size requirement. But what I did for the standard level completions is I went with a theme. This also tends to be how people do it, is there's something they can identify as like what the achievement is about. So in just the level completion realm, the little car up here in the top right corner, the little car is kind of like the indicator for what the achievement is. So it's to beat a level, and the background is like a picture from that section of the game. So here you can see the various backgrounds for the different stages: Crystal Palace, the weapons factory, the power plant. the Science Complex, Molten Zone, Ground Zero Part 2, Bubble City Part 2, and finally Sunset Strip. One kind of cool thing about doing the backgrounds like that is for achievements that are kind of like playthrough plus, like complete the section without crashing. I can use the same background but just have like a different foreground. So that's what I did for this one's, they're a little out of order, but so it's the same background as before, but now there's like an explosion. The explosion is what it looks like when the car crashes. So if there's an explosion icon, then you know it's like a complete without crashing thing. For the items, I have a picture of the car with the item equipped. So this is with the cruise missile, this with the shields. This is with the Uzi cannon. You get the idea. There is a mechanic in this game where here in the game window on the left side, this multiplier score. If you do consecutive hits on enemies, the multiplier goes up, but if you miss a shot, then it goes down. It's not particularly difficult, but I made an achievement for maxing out the multiplier. So you can see the badge up here in the corner, top right corner. And there's a couple for high score. So this one is to reach the 100,000 points and enter your initials. So it's a background with like a little mini high score list on it. And then there's another one here. Different background, this to roll over the score over 999,000 points. 999. I also, the higher difficulty it is to collect an achievement or more points they're worth, I will change the border. It's a little hard to tell, but this is like a gold colored border. These ones are gold colored as well. 25 points apiece for completing these, the last 3 sections of the game without crashing. And the 50.1 is like a platinum color. So yeah, that's the badges. Anyways, I think that's all I got for now. So I'll make another update when I get some progress on Cyborg Justice or get it submitted. And maybe the next game, if I think about it, I'll record the process. I'll narrate where I can, but mostly I'll just kind of talk about what I'm doing before I do it, and then not talk for a while I focus and work on it. Yeah, it might be interesting to show a video like that, I guess. We'll see. I'll at least make a video saying what I'm working on, so I hope you at least appreciate that. Anyways, keep on gaming, and if anybody plays any of these achievement sets, let me know what you think. Alright, have a good one.